morning. How are you? Yes, you are fine. Yes, today our science class, third class, science, lesson number 6, forms of water. Okay. One day while you are coming to the school or you are going to your neighbor house, your friend's house, yes, we saw some water there. Okay. And after one day, again we saw while passing through that way, we saw that the water was disappeared. The water was disappeared. What happens to that water? Yes. We, for example, again, what happens to that water? You know, you should think about the answer. Yes? Yeah. For example, your mother has washed the clothes. Yes? And what happens if the water, she washed with the water the clothes? Yes? They are wet clothes. What she will do? Yes, she will put that clothes to dry in the sun. Yes, in the sun. After some time, you go and see that clothes. What happens? Yes, it will be dry. It will be wet? No, it will be dry. Yes, the heat from the sunlight changes the water in the cloths to the water vapor. What happens, children? Yes, the heat from the sunlight, the heat from the sun, this heat, the sunlight is coming, the heat is there. Yes, that heat will be the water in the cloths. It becomes a water vapor. It becomes a water vapor. Okay, understood? Yes. And we can also see water change into vapor when we boil water. Have you seen, children? Yes. If your mother is going to boil some water in one vessel, yes, on the stove. Yes, what happens? What happens? You see something is going up here. What it is? Yes, it is vapor. It is, yes, it is vapor. And when it is cooled, means water vapor changes into water. The water vapor changes into water. For example, you keep one lid here. Close that. Yes, this vapor. Sometimes you see on this plate some droplets of water. Yes, this vapor is changed into what it is? Changed into water. Yes, okay, children? Yes, very cold conditions, the changing water into ice. We find ice inside the refrigerators, yes, and in very cold places around the world. Where do we see this ice? You see in our refrigerators. How? By keeping some water in the refrigerators. What it becomes? Yes, ice cubes. Yes, and in some very cold places we can see in the world. Yes, yeah. On heating, ice melts into the form of water. What happens, children? If I remove the ice cubes from the refrigerator and keep it out in my balcony place or okay in veranda, yes, what happens to that ice? It melts. It melts. Yes, to form water. It will form water. Yes, what happens to that ice cubes? If you go after some time of 5 minutes and go and see, means what happens? It becomes water. Yes, yeah. Let us now learn about the three forms of water. Three forms of water. Yes, okay, children. Yes, three forms means, children. It is solid, liquid, yes, gaseous. Yes, okay, children. And for example, which one is for solid? The water, ice. Yes, and liquid, water. Gaseous, water vapor. Yes, okay. And ice has a shape. It does not flow. What, children? The ice has a shape. If I put in some bowl, yes, it will be like a cube. If the bowl is like a cube, it will be in that shape only. Yes, and it does not flow. Does the ice flow? No. Yes, and water flows and the water flows. Yes, and is does not have a shape of its own. It does not have the shape of its own. For example, if I take some water in a bucket, it has a what? A bucket shape. Yes, means it doesn't have its own shape. Yes, yeah, and it takes the shape of that vessel. Okay, yes, water always flows downwards. Water always flows downwards. If I pour some water, if I take some water and pour, what happens, children? Flows downwards. Yes, okay, children. Yes, children, the water is there in this box. Yes, the water has this shape. I have poured in this box so that it is have this shape. Yes, and some water is there in the bottle. What shape is this? Yes, this water is in the bottle shape. It does not have its own shape. I am pouring here so that this is this shape. If I pour in another this thing, the same shape. Yes, and the water flows downwards. See here, children. Yes, the water is flowing downwards. If I put up also, what happens? It comes down. Yes, understood, children? Yes, the next one is water vapor. Water vapor has no shape. It always moves upwards. It moves upwards. Goes upwards only. Yes? Yeah. And all three forms of water have no color, no smell and no taste. Yes? All the three forms of water has no color, no smell and no taste. Yes? Understood, children? Yes, children, we are going to see about the water cycle. Yes, yeah, and yes, it is raining. Yes, the water comes. Yes, children, and it flows. It flows, and it is collected in the river, and it is here. Okay, and this water is going to change into water vapor. Yes, when the sunlight, yes, it is going to, from the heat of the sun, it changes into the water vapor. This water vapor which goes up will form into a small water droplets. Yes, this will form into a cloud. Yes, these clouds, these water droplets will become very heavy. These water droplets will become very heavy, and okay, yes, this clouds will become very heavy. The droplets will become very heavy, and then it falls a rain. Yes, from the rain again it is going on being like this. This is what the water cycle. This is what the water cycle. Yes, yeah. The water changes its forms and always moves from the water bodies to the clouds and back. This movement is called water cycle. Yes, understood, children? Okay. Yes, children, this is cloud. Yes, okay. And when it is stop. This is cloud, children. Yes, the water. What happens? Is this heavy? No. It again and again and again the droplets will be collected here, and this will become very heavy. Yes? What happens? It becomes heavy. Okay? Yes? What happens, children? It becomes heavy and the rain falls. Yes? Okay, children? Understood? Yes, children, you understood very clearly about the water cycle? Yes. You will think that the rain is coming from here, there, the cycle. If you know about this, the water we get. Yes. Yes, children. Okay. There are different clouds. Okay. Sometimes the clouds will be very clear. Clear means okay. It will be very beautiful like this. In the blue color. Yes. And the rain clouds, how it will be? It will be in the dark color. Have you seen, children? See in this picture? have seen more times. Yes, in the rainy season. Yeah. Okay, children. Yes. Have you seen a seashore, children? Yes. We are at the seashore means what happens? We get a sweat. A lot of sweat we get. Yes, when we are near the seashore. Do you know the reason of this? At seashores, the air is filled with water vapor. The air is filled with water vapor. So the water in our this thing. So the water in our sweat does not get changed into vapor easily, so that we get more sweat when we are near the seashore. Or okay, as have you seen dew drops on leaves in the morning? Yes. Nowadays it is winter season. You can see that more. Yes. This is the reason. Means what is the reason? Yes. Some water vapor is always present in the air around us. Always it is present. The air around, what it is present? The water vapor is present. Yes. It cools down when it touches any cold surface. Yes. This is the reason why we see water droplets on the glass of a glass or a cold water. Yes, have you seen children? You remove a water bottle if you kept in the refrigerator for 5 or 2 minutes outside. What happens to all the this thing bottle outside? Droplets will be there. Yes? Yes, children. Okay. Yes, children, have you seen a fog? Yes, it is a it is which appears nowadays. It is winter, no children. Yes, have you seen? Yes, I have seen. Okay, and do you know about the salt, children? Do you know about the salt? How they are going to prepare it? Yes, it is prepared with the sea water. It contains a lot of salt. Yes, and it is unfit to drink. It is unfit. That sea water is unfit for drinking. Yes, the salt can be separated out from this. The sea water is collected in open ponds. Due to the heat from the sunlight, the water changes into vapor. The salt which remains in the ponds is collected and purified to be used as common salt. See here children, here it is. First they are going to put the sea water here in the ponds. Yes, this water, the water vapor will go and the salt will be remaining here. The sea water is unfit to drink. Yes, can you drink that? It will be salty. Have you tasted any time? No. Yes, I have tasted. Okay children, understood the lesson? Today only you have to read. And what are the projects children? Third class children, science, the projects, 2 projects. What it is? Hobbies, you have to paste the different types of hobbies in the project book. Yes. And what it is, the next one? Okay children. Yes, the next, the 2 projects I have given to children. Yes. What it is? You have to draw the skeletal system, I said. Yes. Okay children.